cut off right on time. So they create these images that mimic what we feel like in like our inner child, like our yearnings from being an our inner child perspective. And then this is why ESPN is so big. They take away those moments and create a vicarious human. They create a vicarious man. They create a vicarious woman, and they replay it over and over again on the television to flicker rate your reality as whatever it is we see. And then we go to the gym and reinforce the physicality of it all, the physical reality, and suppress the spiritual connections on a daily basis because we don't have time, seemingly. That's what the money and the chronos is all about, is about creating an illusion of time that pretty much steals your dreams in waking state and when you go to sleep. So it's like a gauntlet in a sense. So anyway, this is Flat Earth, Boy Scouts walking a flat Earth. 6 limitation, 6 planet. So this is the name of it. Planet Roblox and a desensitization program. It's put the PG-13 on there is because these are codes that they're telling you. Anything like when you watch television, your mainstream television shows, they're gonna be rated like PG-13. They're telling you that you're watching a 13-year-old's perspective. You're watching a reality that is gauged to keep you in that vibration. So that's why they bombard it with sex and just teenage sort of storylines that are dressed in adult outfits, human outfits, and they create all of these illusions, and we call this our adult reality, but they're really programs that get downloaded. And so Earth, seeing Earth as just a plant, one plant flowing on an ocean, and we're like the little fruits or flowers on that plant flowing through the galaxy. And we're waking up and saying like, hey, what's going on with all this control and shutting down of stuff and water, and who are you to say what we can do with our water? Because that's where perspective we need to come from. And who's making rules for who needs to do what when water is a question? Like all these big corporations are taking away this water every minute, and they're doing it on we're cutting down, but who's taking the most? And you're not asking the right questions to the right people, because these people with money are saying, don't ask me any questions. And those are those water bottle companies. They got enough money to say that. So we need to start inhabiting our own power, our own connections to our own planets, planetary expressions, our own Saturns, our own Mars, our own Venus, our own Mercuries, our own suns, our own everything, and realizing what it is that we're doing, and where we're gonna go, where we're gonna plant our roots, how deep these stories go. So that's Isis and Osiris, and the feathers in Orion, and his This is what happened in America, in the United States of America. It's sad. It's never spoken about. It's a genocide down to specks, and it's smaller than that now. So yeah, chemtrails. It's no bueno. Not at all. It's killing everything. Trees losing leaves. If we're trees, if we're just human trees walking around, we're birthed out of the earth. We're just human trees walking around, and that's what's happening to the trees. They're losing their leaves. Like, what's happening to our leaves? Our energetic leaves. We're already losing them in our dreams when our dreams get bombarded by television signals. So yeah, busy as a spell. Slightly alive will never be enough. It's true. Slightly alive. You can't, Yeah, music, our foods, television, the money, the newspapers, the time, you can see split in half. But the time is Chronos. It's coming out. It's like all these storylines are being played, and we play all these storylines on our own in our own way. And here in the Bay Area, in Oakland, we always play our own music, our own way, to our own tune, and we're connected like that. That's what we do, and that's what threatens so many systems that try to control and rule over people, is because we do this. We come from the walkers. We come from the Olmecs walking and sailing over to the Americas and setting up the foundations of what we're living on today. And the Ohlone, you can go the Ohlone story real quick right now. The shell mound, the saddest thing that's going on right now is the shell mound. So that's Califia. So shell mound, the Ohlone shell mound is right down there in Bay Street in Emeryville. And underneath those, where's it at? It's not in here. Underneath the IKEA and the AMC Theater and there it is. Okay. Yeah, so underneath the zoom in. Okay, so I'm talking about right in here. Right here. So that's the Bay Bridge right there. So right where Oakland is, that little dot right there. So this whole area, this is all Ohlone area right here. You see the languages that were spoken in this area. So this is the first set of roots that were planted here that we can link back to. And you can check on this when you go into the Shell Mound area, and they still go and protest Black Friday down there. Because that Black Friday is just a celebration of spending money. They're walking on graves down there. That Shell Mound area was an area where people hung out, just like they do today and there was a shell mound all over the place, but the biggest one there was a whole city block wide and 3 stories tall, and it was a burial ground, a very sacred area. And basically, when the Spanish came over here and built all of these little pueblos, and had the slaves, the people they enslaved, built these. They just covered up this stuff. So over in the biggest shell mound there, in Shell Mound, they covered up. They built a dance pavilion on top of the shell mound, and this area today is where the AMC Theater is, Victoria's Secret, the Gap, Old Navy, the Barnes and Nobles, the Elephant Bars, the PF Chang's, the Forever 21s, the whole everything is their magic is planted in that, on top of that sacred land, and people are just paying into that reality every day by not realizing the compassionate layer of existence on that connection to the land through the people. It's a signal that we miss, and that we pay into a reality to forget or not connect to, because those are the sacrifices that people, like, they say this is part of their reality, and then they say this is not, and then that's just acting like realities don't exist, when those are souls. Souls are being danced on still to this day. Graves, whole soul families. This is what's going on. The ancestors are waking up and coming through and speaking through the dreams, and through just our compassionate hearts. Our heart chakras opening up and connecting with each other, and realizing all the numbers and all the various connections and dots that have connected everybody through magic and just perspectives over time. And when we start looking at our own involvements in our surroundings, and I go here because I was born here, and my family is still here, and there's storylines and energies going on that exist in every dimension, right underneath our feet every day. There's burial grounds here every day. There's vortices here that we walk through and exist in every day. There's wizards and magicians and fairies and elementals and all kinds of people walking around with these connections to the stars and each other and their inner stars, every day, walking around, and it gets manipulated into a kind of out of balance chaos rather than a harmonic chaos. See, there's a difference. There's a difference in magic that we're told is a certain way, and then magic that exists truly. So yeah, soul to soul. This is how I'll end this video right now. This is to our baby feet, our souls. That's a magic being used to buy into a game, a system, and we're monetized. So when you break these programs, it opens up. It opens up some beautiful connections to your own compassionate heart and that space to each other, and we can see more because we don't have any more eyes stuck on something else. And this is the magic being shown on the television every day. The sex and the guns, the violence, Saturn, the X, it's the rated. These are the desensitization programs that we get filtered through our subconscious every day, and we act like they don't exist on a collective scale, and they start to control people through the fear vibration, through the atmosphere. And the gun is called the Great Equalizer in relation to the stories of the melanated peoples on this planet being genocided. And when you go into a melanin, that's a whole nother story. So I'll end it right there.